Yes. Blithe Season 8. It's been fun. We're on the verge of Season 9. And with being on the verge of Season 9, well, I suppose it's time to run around my base like an idiot, like I normally do, and show you exactly what the base looks like this season. Now, normally, I do this in quiet mode, but I've decided to make a slight change for this season, as I'm starting to finally understand how to use OBS. So, alright, what better place to start than the room it all started in? Now this is my opening dock. And outside my opening dock, of course you can tell this is supposed to be a boat base. And of course it's going to start getting dark the second I start recording. Because, yeah, why not? I never did get this area finished. This is supposed to be my farm area. But, it's okay. It still functions. I get my milk from the cow, and I get my food that I need from here. Mostly potatoes. And here we go. The first room. This is the room that started it all. Once you see these rooms, once you see the outside, you'll understand why these rooms look the way they look. Now, mind you, yes, I got a little detailed on the ceilings and decided to go with the natural look. And of course, the boxes are going to start screaming. You know, everyone has to have a bedroom with a little pool you can sit in. You know, full inventory, of course. Yes, you know, why not? Ah, yes, indeed. Anyway, and of course it's gonna rain now too, because you know that's what it does. Okay, so we're gonna head on over here. We're gonna save this little portion here for last, because, yeah. Alright, of course we got the enchanting room that I hardly ever use anymore, because you know, books exist. Entranceway to the caves. And of course we got this back here. This would be the feed out for my iron farm. We're going to take care of this first because, you know, well, why not? Just heading on back. Secret caverns. Alright, so I suppose we'll head up here first so you can see this part. And this, well, honestly, I just kind of built this for this fox here. When I started in on the map, he was kind of like trapped in here. You know, this used to be a big chasm. I basically filled it in, saved him from the chasm, and he's kind of just lived in here forever. So I figured, you know, why not decorate it, make it into a little smelter area that has a use other than just going to my iron farm and, you know, give him a bunch of berries to eat. It also keeps the mobs away because they can't jump over berry bushes. So, oh, he's got a buddy. Hi, buddy. You know, iron farm, full swing. Yeah. The iron farm quick. It's just a simple thing. You know, nothing real special. Not that I can get some iron. Scare the crap out of some villagers. You know, that type of stuff. Real basic design. Nothing real tedious. I'd take this design all the way around. It's on the roof too. So that, you know, I don't get any surprise mob drops. Alright, heading back in. And this is going to bring us down the hallway a little bit here. Well, causeway a little bit here. This is just basically an exit that goes out to another river that way, and it goes out to a river that way, and other parts of the base in that direction, of course. We'll take the boat tour when I'm done with the interior. And this is my head storage. Well, actually on our server, the mod installed so that all the mobs drop their heads, but I'm pretty sure you guys know what that mod is, so. Just figured I'd collect some heads here for all the mobs I was killing. Although I believe this one, and yeah, that one there, and one other one. I think maybe that one were given to me by someone. Don't exactly remember who it was. If somebody came over, they wanted to, take a tour of the base, which I enjoy doing. It's one of my joys. I build these nice decorative bases, and I love when people come over and just look at it. I feel it kind of inspires them to, do similar things with their bases. I mean, it's not a huge base, but even so, I like to have a nice high set of detail, at least somewhere in it, to offset, the basic design. Out here we got a fountain set up, a bunch of berries growing around, once again to try and keep the mobs at bay. Once again, it's nothing but special, but, it looks neat. At least I think it does. So we don't get any surprise visitors. Like I said, I always try to go with a natural aspect. Try and make it look like it's, been here a while or belongs with this area. Just natural. Yeah, where'd my horse go? Oh, there he is. Alright. Yeah, I didn't really do too much of these caverns. I had more plans for them, but the season's not quite long enough for me to do that. So, figure the heck with it. Oh, what am I doing? And this is my storage. And you can see it goes all the way down here. Gotta have the particle effects going, man. Gotta have them. I don't know, these drip leaves are really good for holding chokers. And it looks really cool, honestly. And once again, like I said, I thought I was going to get a little further with this base this season, but apparently I'm not going to. I had one more project I was working on, but I don't know how much longer we have left on the season at this point. I'm going to have to go into Discord and check it, but I want to see if I at least have enough time left to do my rest of my minecart run, which you guys will see eventually throughout the base and the tour. Over here we got, another dock. Just, once again, causeways. And then we have the footpath. Down here we got another water dock. And you just drop down in here to go wherever we're going to go. And this here was the last area I was built into the top part. There are other parts, just, kind of strewn around wherever I can find them. Like, I've done a bunch of spawners this season. You just kind of figures the last spawner I found was the one that was the closest. Go figure that, right? But, I mean, yeah. I think it looks kind of neat. We'll be coming back here to take a boat ride. And of course, the bridge to nowhere. I thought the tree designs would look neat. I did the spruce down there and the cherry there, and then of course, I had to have these right here. I had to have them. It just blends in so nicely with those. bamboo pretty well. Alright, let's head back in and continue the tour. I think next we'll head down to my area where I grow trees and murder trees. Trees they are. Well, this here is just a little area. I started out, doing the trees in this spot here, and I figured, alright, well, I'm gonna make a second spot so I can grow other trees. Nah, guess what? Every time I grow a tree back here, get a beehive on it. I want to say like 2 times in a row. Moved the beehives, grew a couple more, and then another one grew, and I'm just like, you know what the heck with this? It's going to keep growing beehives, so I'm going to kind of embrace it. So I did. I embraced the beehives. Yes, that's probably not the best idea, but I embraced the beehives. So that's basically my honey area. Now, over here is where I was growing the actual trees again. As you can see, got this going on here. These are just empty doorways. I planned on expanding it, but once again, Season 8's ending soon, so I don't think that's going to make it that far. Back here was the storage area. And then, just a deco waterfall here that comes in and out of a stream from outside. I thought it'd be cool. Down there is just my mines and stuff. That's nothing spectacular down there, so I'm not even going to bother. And I mean, I don't think you want to see my strip mining. It's kind of, nah, we're good here. So that's this part here. That's sandstone, by the way. I thought it just looked really nice against it. Notice I used a lot of moss. And down here is my bamboo farm. Of this bamboo farm. I always get these bamboo farms mainly, not because I use the bamboo a lot. I mean, I'll use it for steins every once in a while. But as for the bamboo, I mostly use it to make chests and stuff like that. Because that way I don't have to waste my good building wood and logs and stuff like that. And this way I can just take these, make the chests or whatever else I need to make out of them, chests, sticks, etc., etc. The small little crafting objects. And that way I can just save wood. I was digging out through here, and I come up through, I'm like, oh, that figures. There's got to be, a ginormous cavern here. But as soon as I broke through, I saw these two in the middle here. I'm like, that would be really cool with some glass in it. It would be really cool. And you can actually stand up here, and you can watch the mobs, and it's really neat. I mean, it sounds kind of boring, but, they just kind of, like, spawn in as you're standing up here. And you can watch them, like, beat around, or kill each other, or, attack each other. And you get the glow squids that spawn in down there, and the axolotls that spawn in down there. You can watch them just, swimming around. It's just kind of cool. It's really cool. And of course, this side we had a little bit of lava going. I just kind of left that there because, it kind of illuminates things. Neat. Now, as for the track, this is the part I was talking about earlier. This is the bone worm. I know. No, not that type of bone worm. This is the bone worm. The skeletal worm. That's probably a better word for that. This is the skeletal worm. Basically, a ginormous, like, worm, snake, W-U-R-M is basically the way I'm going with that. But I figured it would be really neat as a coaster ride, but it's not completed. This is what I was hoping to get done before the end of Season 8. We'll find out if we do or not. Side journey? Side journey. Side journey! And this is one of the places where I'm getting all the bone blocks from in order to build it. And this was also the very last one I found. I only found it as I was building the worm. Which, let me tell you, was a complete and utter pain. But, that's okay. Yeah! Yeah! Magma blocks are still one of my favorites. Well, for that. Not only that, but they make kind of cool effects when you put them in behind lighting. Yeah, kind of neat. Alright. Back up to the worm. Once again, I kind of went with a natural aesthetic. I want to look like it, you know, kind of like decomposed in here slowly, and you know, it's kind of, yeah, it's just kind of still here. Started working on this part of it. I didn't get all the way through with this yet, but I'm getting there. Like I said, Season 8's almost over. I do want to kind of get this done before Season 8's over, so I can at least ride it one time before Season 9 kicks off. Yeah, this is above my base. As you can see, I had the causeways, but I didn't have any type of roof over them. And every time I'd leave my house, the base, try to use the causeways to travel back and forth between whatever area I was going to, I don't like to sleep so much, so I prefer to just stay working on things. And you know, our little friend the Sky Demon likes attacking me when I'm in the boat. So, yeah, I had to put these trapdoor ceilings or roofs up over the causeway. I mean, I think it looks pretty cool. It also doubles as a takeoff area for my elytra. So, which you'll see that later on too. Down there's, I'm just going to call him Pingu. For, what was it? Valentine's Day. Basically, Blite's Valentine's Day. You know, we do a mystery gift kind of thing. And we just do mystery gifts for all the players. Everybody will pick a name, and then you take that name, and they'll be asking for one or two things on there, and you give them their one or two things on there, you drop them off. You've got the option of building something extra at the base as well for them to enjoy for the rest of the season, or take down if they choose to. But I decided to leave it up because I thought it was really cool. You can't see the item frames that it has for eyes from this distance because of the server settings, but oh, I can't be having music right now. Let's turn that off right now, shall we? Yeah, I love the music. Let's not have that right now while I'm trying to talk. Thank you, Minecraft. So, yeah, there's that. Well, I do suppose we can go down and walk this. Yep, see? There's Pingu. What exactly did he call him? Or her? Yep, Pingu the Penguin. Right there, that block right there was a shulker full of items. I just kind of replaced it with a piece of calcite because it kind of looks like a snowball. Alright, cool, we'll just give him a snowball. Hey. Right, we're going to head back in here. Let's see the other side of the base. Grab one of these boats, y'all. That's underside of the bridge, bamboo bridge to nowhere. Like I said, I was going to expand over to there, but I just don't have enough time this season to do it. And I already know I'm not going to get to it. My nether portal. Collecting my zombified piglin heads. I've got a little gold farm set up in there. You know, just a manual one. Nothing special. This causeway does go all the way out to an ice path, but it's not completely filled in. Once again, I wasn't really using it, so I didn't see the point in finishing it. I had other tasks I wanted to finish before I did that. This is this. Been through here. But what I need to show you next is going to be the underneath of the base. And then we'll go and take a look at the other farms I have. I got a couple skeleton farms, a skeleton / spider, cave spider farm. You know, that fun stuff. But those are a little bit out in the ocean. I didn't even bother building a guardian farm this season because I didn't even see a need with this type of base to actually build the guardian farm because I wasn't going to be using the prismarine anywhere, and I already had the frog lights, so I just kind of went with that this season. I mean, normally you'd see at least some prismarine or sea lanterns in one of my builds, but I just didn't feel like it this year. I'm gonna need to get more boots in. But basically, this is what I build over top of. Hence, I built the causeways with the glass bottom so you could see down into the chasm. I call this Lush Chasm because, well, it's a lush cave that just so happened to be naturally opened. Like, this was all naturally spawned in. Minus, you know, of course, that and these that I put here, obviously. And other than that, most of this is just natural generation. Which, I just saw it and I kind of fell in love with it. Like, it's just great. Like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna put, you know, a bunch of bridgeways and stuff across it. See where it goes. And, well, it ended up being pretty cool. This is actually one of the first, you know, major things I did was these rope bridge looking things across the chasm so you could at least tour through the chasm. I tried to build in over there. I think it was over there. One of these spots. One of these spots around the outside of the chasm. I tried to build into, but it ended up being an aquifer. So all it did was just start pouring water down into the chasm and start drowning my lovely plants and vines. And nope, okay, that just stays closed. I figured the heck with it. We'll just turn it into like a spot to hang out. That's about it. Of course, I've got a couple of these hanging around. This is the only one I really lined into, though. The other ones didn't really have use. Once again, I'm just trying to stick with the natural aesthetics. Alright, so back up to the base, grab the boat, and go over to our takeoff point, because I don't think y'all want to watch me boat my way over to those things. Might take a minute or so. Lots of boat. There you go. Just a little bit of overhead. Love it. Now, mind you, I do have another zombie farm that's underneath the base. There's really nothing special about that zombie farm. It's just it looks like the skeleton farm that I showed you already, but I didn't decorate it. I didn't do really anything with it. It's the same basic idea, just with zombies. Now, this farm, though, it's a little bit of a special ordeal, because I just so happened to run into that spider spawn in there, and the skeleton spawner over here. All I really did here was set up the skeleton spawn. Regular way you set up the skeleton spawn. And I set this up the way I would set it up for the spider spawn. But instead of having a kill area for the spiders, which you really don't need because this little thing can slip through just about any crack. And trust me, it's not fun. So I just let them in a closed container. And what I did for them, sorry about the noise, put a little spot back here so if I really wanted to kill them, I could come back here and just swat at them. In order to get the materials that I needed, they're basically what they did was I put a cart system in here that just runs around and collects all the items as they gather right in front of the glass. Because that's where all the items and spiders are going to end up, is where they hit the glass right here. So this cart just goes back and forth across here. So they can pick up every item. That way I get all my string and all the other stuff. Like I said, if I really want to get some spider eyes or something like that, then I could just sit there on the edge and kill them. I mean, how many spider eyes do you really need? Unless you're doing like potions for a server or something, you really don't need that many spider eyes. You really don't need that many spider eyes. Like I said, if I really want to get in there, all I gotta do is go through here and come up in and crouch or use Frostwalker so that I don't burn myself on here. Which is also how I usually install these. I'll wear a pair of Frostwalker boots, because if you wear Frostwalker boots, then magma blocks don't affect you anymore. Mind you, but watch out for your water systems, because, yeah, it'll freeze those upside. A couple observation rooms in back here. You know, all the happy stuff. And yes, I'm that type of paranoid gamer. I do block off areas before I go in AFK after. Better to be safe than picking up my items an hour later. This here is actually a railway that is almost finished also, which is also why I was working on the gold farm and working on the iron farm so that I can get more, you know, rails and powered rails for here and there. That rail will actually take you straight back to my base once it's completed. It'll take you to my zombie farm, and then from my zombie farm, it'll pick back up. Well, you know what? Heck with it. Let's take a walk. Let's extend the video a little longer. Yeah, this here is just another one that I found that I didn't see a point in using. I already had that one over there. Elytra. I love the new mechanics with the elytra, swimming mechanic where you're actually swimming. But when you're trying to do multiple jumps like this, and the elytra, you know, engages, it's annoying. Just like when you're trying to move faster underwater, and the swimming engages, it's annoying. Because you're trying to build something or break something, and you move back twice underwater, and it just kind of like, you know, breaks whatever you were working on. It's like, are you kidding me? Well, I figure while we're here, I'll show you this quick too. Hey, it's nothing special. It's like cobblestone and deep slate and You know, all the happy, normal peasant blocks. There's zombies. These here are just slabs of crap. You got my panic area where I can sit and just AFK here if I want to collect items. Trading stuff, villagers. Yeah, it's kind of noisy. This here will take me back up to my base. Yep, right back into this room. Trying to think if there's anywhere I forgot to show you. I'm pretty sure there is, because it just seems that every season that I record one of these videos, I leave something out. Because I just kind of forget it's there. Because I'll be running around working on something else on the base, and next thing you know, it's like, whoops, what happened? Hey, this here. This here is my basalt generator. All it is soul soil, lava, and blue ice. Well, of course, there's some, you know, mine carts with hoppers under there that push it into regular hoppers that push it into the chest. Fun. What am I forgetting? I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I don't know. Oh, I know what I'm forgetting. I know exactly what I'm forgetting now. We didn't go to the Nether yet, did we? No, we did not. See, I almost forgot something serious. Well, probably not that serious. Ugh, why are you sitting here at my base? Really? Whatever. Enjoy your stay. Watch me go through and get hit with arrows or something. Nope, they're over there. Wow. Arrows really do pass through here now. That's interesting. I'm gonna have to remember that for next season. I don't know, just set up a portal and put some dispensers on the other side of it with a crap ton of arrows in it and just fire them through. Like, I don't know, a farm of some sorts, like maybe magma cubes or I don't know. That would be a good idea, though. Now that I see that, you know, entities pass through, that's a good angle. This here is my little area for farming gold. Like I said, it's just a kind of a basic farm. They drop down into here after I make them extremely angry at me, and then I just kind of slaughter them. You'll see. Oh, sounds like I got one that's mad already. Oh, nope. Hey, you guys. No? Nobody? No takers? Really? We're gonna have to go up higher? Yep, let's go up higher. We'll go up to the tower. Now, we also have a nether hub here on Blithe. And that nether hub is usually used to get back and forth between the spawn and your base. So it's very helpful, trust me. It's a lot quicker than flying. Be quiet. This goes all the way up to the nether roof. Oh, my nether roof. Oh, where are you? Come on.
Come get some.
Yeah. Come on. Spawn them in. I know you can spawn them in. Let me smack you with some of your own meat. Oh, oh, oh. That one wants to party too. Okay, I think they're mad. Let me get straight to the point. Ugh. Oh, hi. Hi, gentlemen. Gentlemen, gentle ladies. I don't know, something. Whatever you are. Enjoy that. Ladies, gentlemen. Whatever. The only thing about this design is it can attack you right there, so just don't go right there. And, I don't know if you know this or not, but I found out the hard way this season that any baby zombie that is riding a chicken, even though they are taller than these trapdoors, can actually gain flight and float right through a trapdoor that's one wide. That's one wide. I can't tell you how many times I've had to outrun baby zombies on chickens this season. So now with that done, one more little area, but like I said, this isn't really spectacular either. It's just kind of a, okay, I want a few, you know, a couple beacons, so I'm just gonna, like, you know, cheap my way into getting those beacons. How so, you ask? Well, by finding out where these skeletons spawn at, coming up here. And then, of course, these guys are still angry at me right now, so they're going to be spawning in here, but, ow. But normally you'll get the, wither skeletons that spawn throughout this here. And then they can't get through here, so they just come right up here and get smacked the crap out of them and take their stuff. Later, gentlemen. Ladies, whatever. Oh, hi. How you doing? How's it going? Of course, you know, the obligatory Nether Fortress Tower, so you can look out amongst lava. Uh-oh. That noise. That's bad. Let's get out of here before we die. It's probably a good idea, huh? I think I really made them mad. Just a little bit. Now, I use the carpets, the mossy carpets on the floors here because, not just for aesthetics, but because then the mobs won't spawn in on these. And mossy carpets are by far the easiest carpets to get, in my opinion. I mean, all you gotta do is just keep growing moss and turning them into mossy carpets, and you get like, what, 3 per each one? Or something like that? You get a bunch of them for one block. I don't even know if that's right, but you use 2 blocks and you get a bunch of carpets. So, I can't complain. Works good, it looks nice, it offsets the nether just right. I mean, you want that creepy look, you can use the new moss, which is this, you know, stuff here. Or, I mean, if you want that nice living look, you can use the regular moss. The pale moss, and I just kind of like how the pale moss climbs the walls. I'll be honest with you, I kind of wish the regular moss did this too. It looks really cool. It adds a whole nother aesthetic to, you know, an entire, you know, build. It's just neat looking. We're going to have to hobble back. Looks like I ran out of food. Yay, me. Oh, that'll work. That'll be enough to get Alright, throw more. I got 100 of these. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty much about the entire base for this season. I mean, I could take you up and show you spawn, but that's not exactly stuff that I built, so no point in that. Well, I guess this is where we're going to call it. I hope you all enjoyed your stay. Oh, well, I just realized he doesn't row. I hope you all enjoyed the tour. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Season 9. Moonlit Creeper. Out.